Hi everybody, thank you for joining me. This is Living Divinity. I want to thank you all who have subscribed. I really appreciate you. Without you, there's no need for me to be here, right? So thank you. You are a big part of my journey. We're healing together. We're learning together. Anyways, I just want to say thank you and thank you, God. I mean, if I could reach through and give you all a hug, that's what I'd want to do. But I can send you an energetic hug, right? So, let's see. Let's start by reading out of the Bible. And we are at the parable of the wedding banquet, Matthew 22. Jesus spoke to them again in parables, saying, "The kingdom of heaven is like a king who prepared a wedding banquet for his son. He sent his servants to those who had been invited to the banquet to tell them to come, but they refused to come. Then he sent some more servants and said, 'Tell those who have been invited that I have prepared my dinner. My oxen and fattened cattle have been butchered, and everything is ready. Come to the wedding banquet.' But they paid no attention and went off, one to his field, another to his business. The rest seized his servants, mistreated them, and killed them. The king was enraged. He sent his army and destroyed those murderers and burned their city. Then he said to his servants, 'The wedding banquet is ready, but those I invited did not deserve to come. Go to the street corners and invite to the banquet anyone you find.' So the servants went out into the streets and gathered all the people they could find, both good and bad, and the wedding hall was filled with guests. But when the king came in to see the guest, he noticed a man there who was not wearing wedding clothes. 'Friend,' he asked, 'how did you get in here without wedding clothes?' The man was speechless. Then the king told the attendants, 'Tie him hand and foot and throw him outside into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth, for many are invited, but few are chosen.'" Wow, that's a crazy story. I kind of really didn't understand that. I understood that the important people were listed as guests, but they were too busy. And then they went out and got people in the streets, and this particular person didn't have the right clothes, so they put him out. Doesn't make sense, right? If someone has an idea of how that parable is the meaning, please put that in there. I'm just curious to know, okay? All right. Next we have the miracles now, and we have to relinquish control. I simply let loose and allow myself to be more childlike. Okay. So, going with the flow, the, what is that? The ebb and flow. Not trying to control the outcome. We think we're in control, yet we have chaos all around us. So how much control can we have over, that kind of situation, that kind of lifestyle? You have control, but you are trying to control people around you, whether you're dishing out money or, what do they say, sucking up. But you really don't control anybody. You can buy some people to get them to do what you want them to do. In the end, everyone should have control over themselves, and everybody should know how to act. But The truth of it all is none of us are in control. We're just here living a human experience. God controls everything. He controls where we go, what we see, what we do. Of course, free will plays a part in that, but still, I believe that God controls everything, okay? And if you feel different about that, let me know, and as well as if you agree. So, to relinquish control, I simply let loose and allow myself to be more childlike. So it's great to just get out and experience life and you know, live as if you don't have any worries, right? Because when you pray to God and you say, God, you know, I don't know how I'm going to make my ends meet. You cannot worry and pray. You cannot have faith and pray. So I think this is also saying, you know, if you said your prayers to God, I give you control of my life, then, you know, you just go out and do your thing and know that everything's going to come together in divine timing, right? God's never late. He's always on time. Okay. Next, we have message from the mermaids, and we have gratitude, being thankful. Being thankful for everything in your life, good, bad, and indifferent. The bad things help you grow and learn, and it also helps you appreciate the good times too, right? And through the bad times, it helps you appreciate the lessons learned. Who do we show gratitude to? We show gratitude to ourselves. It's easier to show gratitude to others as well. You never want to give too much gratitude to someone else because I guess the wrong person will, I don't know, how does that go? Well, we give all the gratitude to God. We give Him all the thanks, but in our daily movements. So we go to the store, you know, we say thank you for bagging my groceries, thank you for carrying them out to my car, thank you the butcher who cut my meat a certain way that I've asked for, going to the post office and thanking them for doing the transaction with you. So it's just a matter of being conscious of showing gratitude, because when we show gratitude, what do they say? They say, whatever you give to the universe, you can get back like 10-fold or 100-fold or 1,000-fold. So, and when it's returned to you, it could come in many different ways. It could come in with nice return words, right? It could come to you in some sort of heavenly gift. Maybe you get blessed and you win the lottery, you know. It could be you are able to take a trip that you've always wanted to do. And the more good you put out to the universe, the more you get back in return. So always do everything that you do with gratitude. Even when I feed my dog, you know, I tell him, did you say thank you, God, for this food? I don't have like an extensive prayer for eating my meals, but I do say thank you, God, for this food. And my dog is really, I think he knows God way more than a lot of people do. Because if he's not feeling like eating, I'll tell him, you know, God doesn't like waste. You need to eat your food. And then all of a sudden he eats it all, you know. So gratitude comes in many ways. It's delivered in many ways. So always keep that in mind as you are out and about doing your daily things, you know. Okay. So next we have the native spirit, and this card is ancestors. Of course, we want to show gratitude to our ancestors. You know, your intelligence doesn't come from going to college. and getting a degree. Your intelligence comes from where you come from your ancestors. People don't even really realize that, you know. It's the merging, you know, like, say my grandparents, right? It's the merging of them coming together and making children who happen to be my mom and my aunties and my one uncle, right? And then when they merge to marry their spouse, then their intellect is joined and married, per se, and then it comes down in the next generation. So, we always have to be thankful for our ancestors. And, you know, I haven't been down to the cemetery in a while. I think I might be able to get some flowers this month when I get my VA money, and put some flowers down because, well, I'm there regular, you know. I go when I have extra money, and I go and I do that, not for your glory, you know, not for my glory, for the honor and respect of my ancestors, okay? They get the glory along with God, you know. God He's right there with my ancestors up in heaven, right? So when I honor my ancestors, I honor Him. Okay. It's just a daily reminder. It's like my tattoos. I have God is love and love is God. And I have, and my neck tattoo says living divinity. So, you know, I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes. I don't claim to be one of those women who, or men, one of those human beings who have never done anything wrong. Okay, I would never claim that because that would be a total lie, right? But these remind me to try to stay on path. There's always going to be times when I'm going to be triggered or tempted, and it's a choice that I make if I decide to do wrong, right? And then, you know, I have to ask God for forgiveness and promise I'll do my best to never do it again, you know. I have to learn to love myself more because my ancestors would want me to, right? They don't want me to fall apart. They don't want me to think that I'm not worthy of anything. They don't want me to decide that, oh, I'm just going to take my own life because this life isn't worth living. You know, no parent wants their child to do that, whether the parent is alive or dead, you know. And we all struggle in different ways. How did I make it out of the shadows? How did I make it out of the darkness? I first stood up and said, no matter what I've done in the past, I now claim that I'm holy, I'm sacred, I am protected by God. I pray to Him. I try to live my life as He would want me to live, and how my ancestors would want me to live my best life, to speak freely, to live freely, to go about my day and just be able to be happy and let no man, no woman disturb my peace. And the thing about your peace getting disturbed, you know, those are choices you make. Either you live in chaos or you learn to stand up for yourself and you learn to say, hey, you know, I'm not doing that anymore, just to let you know. From this day forward, you know, I'm going to be this way. And if you want to be in my life, then, you know, you have to fall in alignment, you know, for the better self of you so you can reach the better self of me. Something like that. All right. So let me read Ancestors. Card meaning, wisdom is blossoming. Even if there are unsettling situations in your life, there's a reason for it. And much good will occur as a result. Your ancestors are sending you incredible support to fulfill your dreams. Be aware of the coincidences, signs, and synchronicities around you. Watch for messages from your forebears. No matter what's occurring on the surface of your life, your prayers are being answered in mysterious ways beyond your awareness. Your native spirit wants you to know There's wisdom that dwells deep within yourselves. That's a spiritual bequest from your ancestors. This wisdom has come not only from your forebears' joyous, carefree times, it has also bloomed from their failures, deflated dreams, and seemingly wrong turns in life. Part of their message to you is to cherish every experience, for all of it will deepen your wisdom, compassion, and understanding as it did theirs. Also know that there's an innate wisdom within you, always. It's simply a matter of turning within in order to access it. Native people always call on their ancestors for support. To ask for the help is to walk the native path. Sometimes you may be focused on what's outside you that you forget that wisdom is available to you from the spirit of your ancestors. Be willing to ask, for they want to support you. The journey. Imagine that you're traveling back in time to communicate and connect with gathering of your ancestors. On this meditation journey, there might be one or two particular forebears who seem to reach out to you at different times in your life. Different predecessors will be sending you support. Give thanks for their support. The more gratitude you have for their support, the more they send you blessings and guidance. Do you see how these resonate with each other? The way I pull the cards is do you see how these cards, these are cards that I've already read recently. So when I get done with this card, I'll stick it behind. And then I just randomly pull one out. And say, I don't want to use it for the next reading, because when you're pulling them, it's like a matter of a focus. It's a matter of being in that moment of getting your cards in order, right? We don't have control over that. That is a spiritual. Oh, don't choose that one. Choose this one. Okay, so I don't want to confuse the reading. I just want to let you know that's how I pull the cards. And you know, it's just it's really amazing to me how that they resonate. So that's my confirmation that this reading is surrounded by our ancestors, surrounded by our angels that God sends to us. Okay. And that section was really touching to me, because I do have a lot of ancestors that I just love and miss so much. Okay, let me see if I could regroup here. Whew. All right, your soul purpose. Today, we received the social worker, clear quartz cluster. The best care is always available to me. I courageously see through the darkness of adversity to make positive changes. Well-being is mine. So you see, I think it was 2019. It was around October 2019. And say like the month before, I don't really know. I prayed. Usually I only had like 140 or 160 people in my Facebook group, right? And I was in the process of starting this website. That, you know, the more people you have, the more it starts to grow. And if your content's really good, then people are more likely to share it. And if they want to support you, they're most likely to add on and put information to help you grow. So I prayed to God, and I was like, God, you know, I only have like 150 followers, friends on Facebook. I said, you know, what if I had like 5,000 or 10,000? So on the regular Facebook, you're only allowed 5,000 until you go to that other section where you have actual followers. But I didn't know. But it was like I wasn't specific enough. God sent me 5,000 friends, and probably have like 200 on a waiting list waiting for me to, you know, make room for them or whatever. But my site on Facebook is open so anybody can see it. So that was one amazing thing that God came through. He sent me 5,000 plus friends, right? But I wasn't specific enough. So I had like women who were lesbians who were showing me their breasts. And then I had men who were showing me the bottom part. And, you know, it kind of really freaked me out at first. But I just started like deleting them. And then pretty soon I cleaned up who I have. So now, unfortunately, the way the Facebook works is when I make a posting, if I have 4,800 friends, not all 4,800 friends are going to see my posting. But see, if I was on the other page, I could just put like @ followers, I think, and it'll bring up everybody. However, it is what it is, and they're just on my regular Facebook page. But what I did was I posted on there, love is the most powerful force in the universe. I said, if you believe, share it. And so I left it on for about a week. And what I did, I don't even know if I said it already to you, but I chose 100 people off my list. Just random people. They weren't like 100 of my closest friends. It was just, I went down the list and I typed in, you know how you highlight the blue names and all that. I had 100 of them. So I left it on for a week. And after a week, only 22% shared it. So there's still 78% out there, right? So out of that 78, you can't say for sure that the whole 78 doesn't believe that statement at all. You'd have to do that actuating thing. There's a process anyways, but so you would have to say there's 78%, maybe 35% are, nah, I'm not going to even bother. And then maybe 10% are, oh, well, I forgot. And then, I don't know, whatever the thing is, but 22 versus 78, that's a big change on the scale, right? If you're trying to scale good and bad. So that's the number that I use in my mind to say, you know, there's some people that haven't really felt real love, or the love that they felt was painful. It didn't work out. And maybe some it didn't even exist, you know. Maybe their whole life they never felt really loved and secure and safe, you know. So I use that as a guide. And until I do another test, I don't really know if that number's changed. I only know that doing these videos and helping people along the way to heal themselves, that's like the first thing, is healing whatever has hurt you in the past so you can move forward and actually, you know, be able to find a love in your life, whether it's cooking or pottery or actual person or an animal. You know, we all want to be our best self, so that way we can assure that the love that we give is going to be the best, right? And we're going to already set the program up, you know, the agreement, you know, the knowing, you know, even if it's with a dog, you know, a dog is growling and is getting ready to bite me. That's a different kind of love that I don't want. Okay, so then I'd have to take him for training or figure out what it is that I did to him or what happened to him in his past that would make him treat me that way. Okay, something like that. Okay, so you get what I'm saying. Anyways, we all have to work on ourselves, and none of us are perfect. And I don't think any tarot reader here has ever said, oh, I've never done anything wrong. You know, we've all been at a dark place. We've all had to be taken to a dark place to have us elevate out, right? And I wouldn't say all of us, okay, I'll speak for myself. I have been in dark places and God has taken me out. And this last time when I spoke the words, God, I'm ready to take the leap of faith, everything has happened for me. Everything, you know, sometimes he wants to teach you patience, right? You might have to wait a long time before he gives you something that he promised he was going to give you, you know. And you just have to be patient, and you have to keep living your life and keep improving your life. I know there's things that I need to do. I have clean laundry that I need to put away. You know, I need to straighten up, you know. I need to really tidy up. The house isn't a mess, but it's not as clean as what I feel like God would want me to have it, you know. God wants the place clean. He wants the bed made. He wants clean sheets on the bed. He wants my dog washed. He wants, you know, the floors vacuumed, the floors cleaned, the windows cleaned, you know. Our home is our place of safety and security. And if we have stuff laying all over the floor where we could stumble and fall, it's not a very safe place to be, right? If we have dishes just laying around and it's, you know, maybe you haven't washed a pan for a couple of days, and maybe you have reason for not washing that pan, but it has an odor that seeps out, and you know, you could take 5 minutes and you can wash it, you know, or you can just let it like stink up your house, right? And this happens a lot when you have other people that you live with. You could be the cleanest person, right? And then you have a roommate or a girlfriend or a boyfriend who just doesn't want to do anything and wants you to do everything for them. Well, is that really a good life? Like, if he or she was like handicapped or just was unable, I could see that. But if you have 2 hands and 2 legs and you have a voice and you have intelligence, don't use your intelligence to get you out of work. Use your intelligence to do some work with the person that you love and build something that is strong. Okay, so I'm not sure why I went all the way that way, but that's where I ended up. So the best care is always available to me. I courageously see through the darkness and adversity to make positive changes. Well-being is mine. So, you know, this still, even this ties into, I put that other one up, I think. But the darkness and the adversity, I don't know, I kind of see it as, you know, you have your ancestors as well to help you through that. Okay. So let me go ahead and read that to you, the social worker. Or did I read it? My mind's getting a little bit blank. Let me see. Under justice. No, I don't think I read it to you guys yet. Let's see. Healing. H-I-J. Justice. Okay. Here we go. Social worker. Are fairness, equity, peace, and genuine respect for all people of utmost concern to you? This life path includes not only social workers who help people who are experiencing extreme life challenges, but also legal guardians, politicians, and paid public servants who are involved in government, business. In most ways, these careers apply the social sciences of public health and community welfare development to meet society's needs. When the social worker in clear quartz cluster card comes out of the deck, pause to contemplate if there is some aspect of the work you are doing that helps people cope with their problems and challenges. The clear quartz cluster represents happy community connections and learning how to share common ground with all people involved. The cluster being a reminder of the interconnectedness of all life on this planet. This crystal cluster is assigned to look at how you, as a single point in this common matrix, contribute to the greater societal good. Clusters of crystal help balance emotion and improve confidence within relationships. They are a reminder that many people make up the whole, so it is imperative to look at the big picture of social well-being. Okay. We all want to be well. We've all had a certain amount of trauma. Some actually, you can say has had less trauma. They've had more stability. They had a solid foundation to grow up in, right? But still, even those have situations that can be burdensome from the past, right? So we are all trying to heal ourselves. Let's put it that way, one way or another. Divine feathers. We have the condor. Okay. They hold the highest vision, it says. The condor is really related to, I thought the vulture, but we'll see. Condor. They kind of look alike. Condor, is a type of vulture found in the high mountain regions of the American West and South America. Their wingspan is enormous, some around 9 feet wide, which allows them to fly long distances high up in the air. Condor feathers are commonly used in shamanic healing ceremonies and rituals. Condors are seen as the bird visionaries who have survived despite struggles. They show emotions through the changing color of their skin. They serve their environment as many vultures do by cleaning up and digesting the remains of other creatures. Condor is also associated with the sun and can symbolize illumination, power, and spirituality. Condor flies high overhead and soars inward to urge you to see the broad vision of your life. Use the power of color in art or your surroundings to express your emotional nature, as Condor does. If you have been engaged in a struggling or hardship, rest assured that you are now in possession of what it takes to move past it. There is no longer a barrier to your highest vision. Make sure that you take time to see exactly what that vision is and move towards it with the strength and stamina that has been revealed. Know that you are now exactly where you are meant to be. Energies, improvement, power, adaptability. Season is winter and fall. The element is earth and air. The color is black, white, gray, brown. The affirmation, my highest vision is spacious. I embrace all that awaits me. Okay. Next. Animal messages. And we have the deer. The beautiful little deer. So, I know deer hunters, and I've eaten deer before, and I really made some really good chili before, but still tasted a little wild, and all I could think about is their pretty face. So I'm glad I don't have to eat deer anymore. Okay. Take note of the message in whispers and secrets adrift on the breeze. High and gentle, alert, every sense keen, stands motionless among the leafy trees. Like deer, be acutely aware now of what drifts to you on the breeze. A snippet of conversation, even the fresh spice of cologne, may hold secrets untold. Deer protects herself by gathering peacefully with others and counsels that you now seek to be part of a bigger whole. It If estranged from family or friends, dear advises that the sagacious ask for forgiveness and forgive in return, fostering mutual love and the regeneration that this brings. So is there someone that you need to apologize to? Is there someone that needs to apologize to you? You know, the thing about forgiveness is you can't just call someone up and say, hey, look, I'm sorry about what happened yesterday, okay? What is that? Like, I should have recorded that and played that back to you, because that didn't sound genuine at all. It sounded like you were doing something against your own will. And no, I can't accept your apology when you talk to in that tone of voice, right? And you have to be able to discern, and I think most people can, after being battered or, you know, been treated like in a belligerent way, an arrogant way, you know what is genuine, right? So it has to be done in a genuine way in order for the person you're giving it to is to accept it as real, right? So, okay. So now we're going to do the Psychic Tarot. And again, I have this little system. Power, the lion, is on the bottom. So because of my thumb, right, you see how crooked it is? Just see how crooked? It can't get straightened out because I have arthritis in this thumb. So what I do is I take these cards and I kind of put them like that. See how there's 3 little sections? And I'll go 1, 2, 3, and then I'll take the next section. 1, 2, 3. And I'll take the next section. 1, 2, 3. And then I'll take this and I'll shuffle them a little this way to give some cards a different position, right? And then I'll split them again in a third. I actually do it like in a third, but I do more than 3 cards. But I just wanted to show you how I do that. Because, I don't know, it gets, a lot of people shuffle on so you can see. And I've been trying to do that, like now, okay? So, but I just want you to understand that everybody has like their own technique. Everybody has their own, you know, like they say to, oh, you can't do the cards that way. That's not even a real tarot spread, you know. People read cards in different ways, and I myself believe that there's no right or wrong way to how you put the cards out. You know, I mean, of course, if you're doing like a before, a present, and a future, right? You're going to play the cards out. The first card will be before, the second card will be the present, and the third card will be the future. But yeah, there's no real right way, because how long have tarot cards been getting read? You know, people were reading regular decks back in the day, and then others started creating these. So, okay, let me put my cuts in there, and then we'll be ready to start. Okay, the bottom is the solar plexus chakra. So I'll read that to you real quick. Below that is the light. And so I'll take those 2 off. There's foundation. From foundation, that's in the future. There's harmony, rejoice and celebration. So a lot of good things are coming. Crown chakra, you might need help on your chakras. They're coming out, or you've already improved on those, making choices. So I'm just going to pull these 2. And now I kind of, hold on, let me put these back. want to put a couple more shuffles in. Just, I don't know why. You've seen the cards, you know, solar plexus. I could read it to you, and the light card. I just feel like I want to shuffle them again. So it's the solar plexus chakra and the light card, major arcana. And I'll read those before I even pull any cards. Solar plexus. Here we go. Color yellow, sound ram, element fire, glands, pancreas, adrenal. Keywords I can. The solar plexus chakra is located between the navel area just below the rib cage. It represents power, vitality, willpower, self-esteem, and confidence. The energy center where your emotions and feelings are recorded. The chakra is associated with clairsentience, inner feeling, which is the major psychic reception area. To balance the chakra, you may want to try yoga, dance, and movement, or breath work with color. In addition, be aware of people who drain your energy. Workshops and classes that focus on empowerment will help you open and harmonize this area. And then what was the other one? Light. Is that the sun and the major arcanas? Oh, light. This card reassures you that this is your time to be in the light. No matter what's happening around you, prosperity and bliss are promised. The qualities of this brilliant card are pleasure, happiness, contentment, growth, success, joy, and illumination. The light always brings forth new birth, a constant renewal of life. This is one of the best, if not the most positive cards in the deck. And it's yours. This is now your moment to shine. The radiance from within will be there for all to see as people become attracted to the rays of your spiritual light, and by being compassionate, generous, inspiring, and a leader, many will benefit as they feel the warmth emanating from you. Be discerning, but also be open to whatever or whomever you're attracting, for your rays reach far and wide. The light card reminds you that because of its power, nothing remains in the dark. Through its illumination, truths and certain paths before you begin to emerge and can be surely seen. Using the energy of positive thoughts and continually thinking about the happiest and most joyful of memories will light the path before you even more brightly and attract exactly what you're emanating. Keep on shining. That's the sun. Okay, so I read 2 cards that were out on the bottom, and still feel like I need to shuffle a little bit more. Okay. Let's see, let me get my cuts. 5 cuts on the deck. Let's do this 2 times. And I begin here. Emotional loss. So someone's going through some changes. They're having an emotional loss from something. Emotional loss. You could have lost a pet. You could have lost a family member, a friend. You could have had an argument with someone and that was the end of the relationship. You could have, well, let me say this. If you had an argument with someone, or you shared words, right? Maybe you were doing all the talking. Maybe it was a little bit like an upheaval thing, and it was one-sided. Now, just because you decided to go off on the deep end, right? It doesn't mean the person that you spoke to is like, oh, well, screw that chick, screw that dude, I don't want anything to do with them after the way they talk to me, okay? That's one scenario. The other scenario could be, damn, that David talked to me in that certain way. But you know what? I know that there's something there that he's not telling me. I know that he might be judging me because of what happened to him with someone else in the past. I know that he must be trying to hide something from me, so he's pushing me away. Okay, so that's me or you or someone you know, okay? There's David, there's John, there's Mary, there's Jane, you know? Who is it in your life that is feeling emotional loss? Emotional loss is kind of how you, like, say if I was the mean person, right? I have to understand that there has to be an apology if I don't want to feel that emotional loss anymore. Okay, so am I going to make up a story as to why? Or am I just going to come out straight and say, look, I wasn't ready for a relationship. I just got out of one and I was kind of enjoying my freedom for a little while. I didn't mean to push you away. And I'm sorry I said those words. Those words were nothing. It was just my reaction to the energy that I felt with you, right? So what other ways can you feel emotional loss? Well, when someone actually dies, you know, I told family members before, you know, you better go spend time with her because she's on her last leg. Oh, I can't. Okay, so you can't. Kind of like, I don't know what you want me to say when she goes, you know, if you feel sorry that you didn't make it there, that's on you. You know, I tried to warn you. The worst thing for me is I've had 2 siblings and one first cousin. My sister Tanya, she was 2 years older than me. And then the next person was my brother Randy, which was, Tanya died when she was 29, which would mean I'm 27. So that was many years ago, like 30 years ago. Then my brother Randy just passed away in 2020, November 2020. And then when I got here to California, my cousin Darla, she's 2 years older than me. She's the same age as my sister who passed away. But I spent time with her, and every time I saw her, she was either in the hospital or in hospice. And I told my oldest sister, I said, you know, I told each one of them to change how they're eating, change their lifestyle, do it for their health, that people are still here, you know, that love them and need them. And you know, especially my sister who's 2 years older than me, she left behind 4 small children, like from 11 down to 5, 4 kids. And I told them all the same thing. And I said, stop doing what you're doing and start the reversal process. In other words, if you're eating a bunch of Mexican food, and nothing against Mexicans, but you know, there is a lot of fat content. And even in Filipino food, when you have pork adobo and stuff like that, you know, the Filipinos love to eat the fat on steaks, everything. So I told each one of them, change how you're eating. Don't stop eating what you love to eat, but replace half of that portion with something that's actually good for you, like, you know, spinach, or carrots, or celery, you know. And, you know, everyone they're entitled to live their lives any way they want. But I lost 3 people that I really loved. And I had to accept that they lived life the way they wanted to. And maybe they felt like they couldn't change. It was too late to change. It's never too late until you die. If you're 80 years old and you know that you have to lose 20 pounds to extend your life possibly another 10 years, but you don't like grapefruit, but grapefruit can help you lose weight. Hello? I'll eat grapefruit all day long if it's going to extend my life, if it's going to extend my health, if it's going to make my health better. Stop choosing what you like and what you don't like. Choose what your body needs. Learn to appreciate the things that maybe you don't like so much, but it will make you healthier. So you don't have to experience the loss, right? Or the people around you don't have to. Choose yourself and your body, hold sacredly so it will last. So you can grow old to see your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren. And maybe your great-great-grandchildren. And choose better for yourself. Anyways, I don't know why this reading, I can tell you when I was going to church, I found a church in Delaware that I really liked going, and I really felt the Spirit of God there. And it didn't matter, as soon as I walked in the door, I just started crying. I cried because I felt the Spirit, right? I mean, I never spoke in tongues or anything like that, and I know of churches where you have that, but I just get very emotional, and I know what it is. I know that God's right here, and it's such a blessing, right, to have God here with us. Now I'm putting this not to get rid of God, okay? I'm putting this just in case, because when you're feeling a little bit low, when you're feeling, I don't know how to explain it, but when your vibes are low, when you're feeling sad, that's when evil has a chance to penetrate into your spirit, okay? All right, so we're 52 minutes in. I'm going to start flipping cards, but I'm going to cut it one more time, okay? I'm going to cut it one more time, and then I'm going to start turning it. I'm not going to look at the bottom because I don't want to get into, I want to get into the reading. Okay, our first card, hope. Have hope. Oh my God. I saw that card earlier when I was putting those other two cards back. And then, you know, I was doing my little shuffle thing, and it's meant to come out. Maybe when I saw it, I should have just pulled it out. This is a card that focuses on the quality of hope, faith, healing, aspiration, success, and finally enlightenment. When this card appears, know that a special wish you've made may be fulfilled in time. The hope card will help show you that the impossible can indeed become the possible. The force that works through your soul, determining what's possible, and the difference between success and our failure, and above all, who we are is the power of your belief. This card serves as a reminder to use your natural ability of intuition, the language of the soul, as you reach for your goals and desires. The future can be yours when you have hope and trust in everything you do. Soon others will be attracted and drawn to your inner light. Learn to share your experiences and lessons, for those around you will also realize that by having faith and pushing forward where one may have felt no hope at all is the key to success. Above all, maintaining a positive attitude starting right now, this very minute, you will allow your soul to soar. You'll discover an opportunity to shine as you reach for the stars. This is the star card. Okay, star and hope go together. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. I think my sinuses got a little congested from burning that sage. Plus, feeling so emotional about this reading. So we go from hope to victory and success. So when you have hope, right, and you release the knowing of the needing to know the outcome, when you continue to live your life and continue to work on yourself, it could just be changing words in your life. Like a lot of people use the F word, I know when I was in the service, there was like this Puerto Rican guy that every other word was F. And it's like, can you build your vocabulary up? Because, you've had this conversation and you said 10 sentences and you said the F word like 15 times. Anyways, but why am I even talking about that? But when you change little things on the way, right? So you stop cussing, you stop using that word, and then, they actually say, I've heard, is that the people who cuss is where you're going to get the most honesty from. And I don't really know if that's true, because I've experienced people who have cussed and then have told the truth when it was beneficial to them, and then lied when it was beneficial to them. Okay? So, making changes, keep living your life to improve yourself through prayer, through meditation, through believing that God is here for you. You serve Him and He's going to give you back so much in rewards, right? Good news is on the way. The qualities of this positive card are completion, victory, and success that often follow a difficult period. Many people around you are very proud to see how you triumphantly came through it. They respect you and may even attempt to follow your example. You've worked hard and devoted much effort to get to this point in your life where you've become wiser and have grown in so many ways. Always remember to stop and pat yourself on the back. You deserve it. This card also reminds you to stay grounded, remember where you came from, and keep your ego in check. Do not lose who you really are. The victory can be used as a teaching tool for the future. Realize that if you came through this challenging time, you can achieve anything. Okay. Next, we have mental conflict. Is this something that you've released, or is there something that you've had hope? You're looking for victory and success. Maybe it hasn't actually got here. That's your best case scenario. And then boom, someone comes in, tells you something that flips all your ideas, your thoughts, your feelings, upside down. Or is it you're self-sabotaging? Okay, so either you're not in this position anymore and you made it through to the other side and you're just reflecting on what it was, or you're currently going through it and it's, again, either someone's putting information in your brain to make you have this conflict, or you're doing it to yourself and you're self-sabotaging what could. See, so it's either past, present, or future. So you never want to have that in your future, okay? Because if you think that you're going to have that, and you think it, and you say it, you're going to have that, okay? Because you speak your life into your life. So if you speak your life in the future that you're going to have mental conflict, then chances are I don't want to really be around you, okay? No, I don't mean that. You know what I'm saying, right? It's kind of like change your mind process, your thought process. Change how you view yourself, and if it's other people telling you things, know that they're telling you for a reason that's not beneficial to you, right? Like, who goes and tells someone, if you drive down this road, I can I can foresee that you're going to have an accident on that road. Right? Why would you ever want to tell someone that? You would tell someone that because you want them to be fearful, because the power of your words saying it to someone else. You want them to fear your words. You want them to fear what could be the reality of your words. You know, it's like my daughter came out. We met here in California. We went to the family reunion, and then we hopped a plane to Hawaii. And then my sister told her, watch out for the sharks. Like, why would you tell a 13-year-old, watch out for the sharks? Like, would you tell your own kids that? Would you tell your kids something to be fearful of? You don't want to put fear in someone's mind. And, you know, that's the kind of games, you know, they play. So, you know, I'm glad my daughter doesn't really want to be around them. And you know, and they just have to live without me in their life. And they've done it for 40, 50 years. So, you know, what's till the day either of us die? That's totally fine with me. But yeah, that's pretty harsh to say these little things that you think is so cute, right? But you have an underlying mission is to put fear into someone else's kid, the way that you put fear into your little sister, you know? It doesn't matter. I've grown past that. I realize that I have to accept who they are and what they are and how they do. And, you know, you have takers in life and you have givers in life. And there was a time when she was very good, you know, she did very well for herself, her and her husband. And I don't, you know, they have a great house. I'm happy for them. They have probably some good retirement money. I'm happy for them. But the thing is you know, I mean, she helped me. She gave me a place for a couple months. But after I got my own place, you know, all the shenanigans started. And it was her and my other sister against me. The same that they did to my sister who's now passed away. So I told my oldest sister, I said, you're treating me just like you and Tina treated Terry. I said, you know, I don't need it and I don't want it. And as long as you two are anywhere together, it's going to be a place that I never go. And at this point, I don't even want to see either of them singularly. I've reached out to my other sister before, and later disappointment came because of how they were acting, both of them, towards me. So let them live together, whether they live apart or whatever, let them be together. They deserve each other, and there's no room for anybody else. And I've learned to accept that, and I'm totally cool with it. But some people might have a mental conflict. Why? I don't really care why. It's the fact that they did. Therefore, they have to live in their own misery. Okay? And, you know, maybe I shouldn't be spilling the beans about my family here, but it's the truth. And if I can teach you something and you can apply it in your own life and it helps you, then they were so easy to sacrifice me, then I should be so easy to sacrifice them, right? Okay, moving forward, mental conflict. This card deals with the inability to move forward, as self-doubt emerges from indecisiveness and not being able to take action with a person, group, or even a situation in your present life. It may not be an easy decision, but you're already aware of this. Just remember that you have the strength, courage, and power to make all the necessary considerations. When you decide to act and finally make the choices that need to be made, then and only then will a resolution be forthcoming, and with it a sense of mental relief. There's assistance out there for you, so seek out and listen to wise counsel to help you make the right decisions. Listen to your intuition and have faith in yours. Peace and harmony will soon be yours. Do you see how I took this mental conflict that I could be still carrying and I let it go? So everybody has their own little thing that they're stuck within their head, and it's up to you to figure out the best way to release that, the healthiest way to release it. I say, what people give you, it's okay if you give it back. And I only give it back not as a revenge, but as a learning tool for you guys. Okay? Next we have choose wisely. So I think someone has been thinking about this. I'm hoping in the future to have victory and success. Now what that victory and success is, I don't know. It's not my story. Someone's up in their mind, or someone's putting thoughts in their mind. No, you don't want that. These are the reasons why you don't want that. Does it really make sense in why they're telling you why you don't want it? Or have you watched those people who are telling you these negative things? Have you watched them and see how they are in action? When someone leaves out of the group, do they start talking about that person? Or if that person has a day off and not there at work with you that day, are they talking negatively about that person? If you know that that kind of stuff is going on, then know that when you're not around, guess what? They're talking about you the same nasty way. Okay, so once you realize that, once you've watched all the patterns and you realize, I can't listen to Joe because Joe wants the same things I want. And if it's a person, then of course Joe wants to move me aside so he can move in, right? Okay, so then, there might be a job position, right? And you're talking to, I don't know, Joanne, I really want to try for that position. Meanwhile, Joanne already knows that she wants to apply for it. So what does she tell you? Oh no, I think that I already know. I heard that they're going to offer it to Martha. So that way you don't even try to apply, right? There's all these different shifty, you know what I mean? All these people that claim to be your friend to your face. But once you don't have, what they don't need or don't want anymore, then they'll even push this agenda more on you. And so I'm saying, like, say it's a job. Say you're the go-to guy, right? They call you on the phone. Hey, David, can you pull down a bundle? Because George doesn't have his forklift qualifications and he doesn't have anyone to pull that down. Can you pull it down for him? Even though it is sort of part of your job, but it's not your job because you have your own things to pull down. You say, oh yeah, sure, I can do that. And then the other thing is sometimes people realize that you have more pull, you have more connection, you have more finesse with other people more than they do. So, she might call you up. She might say, hey, can you speak to Paul and see if he can help you out? Because, we don't really get along, and you get along with everybody, okay? So not only are you a pawn for this boss, right, to get more work out of you, but you're the communicator that could actually run that whole department, right? But she's keeping you down so that you can't move forward. Get it? So these are all just fictitious names. You've heard me say John, you've heard me say Ralph, you've heard me say Martha, you've heard me say all these different names. These are just names that just come to the top of my head. So whoever these people are in your life who are using you, who are nice to your face, who are stabbing you in the back, who you can't hold on to people that want to treat you that way just because you want to fit in. Okay, you better choose better. whoever you are. Okay, next we have balance. So you see, maybe you have paid attention. Maybe you have looked into each of these people and the reasons why they're in your lives, in your life. They are purposeful in holding you back. They are purposeful and the fact that they see you shine brighter than them. They see that you have more intelligence than them. Meanwhile, they're all trying to emotionally battle you. They're all trying to give you mental conflict so that you can't have balance and you can't have this wish that you're dreaming of. This looks like it could be life-changing, right? You got the sun and you got victory and success. So you're seeing through. You're seeing how things are, how people are really balanced. They pretend to be balanced. Or you're balancing yourself and you're saying, I've been watching you guys. And you think you're all up in my head over you, who are less desirable intellectually. You know, let's just talk about intellect. What do you talk about? You talk about how big the D is, right? That's the kind of storylines that goes on in the offices these days. How big the D is. Which way do they bend you over? You know, that's for the privacy of you and whoever you're with. And if you don't honor who you're with behind closed doors, obviously you don't honor yourself. So you know what? I see through all of this now. I choose different than any of you, which means I got to go. I got to find my sun. I have to find my own victory and success, because I'll never have it here if I have you in my life. And you balance yourself out. You know who you are. You know what you're capable of. You won't let people put you in a little box. You won't let anybody dim your shine. Is this resonating for you? Or someone you know? Oh, you make the choice. You have a new beginning. You made the choice to investigate all these people putting thoughts in your head. All these reasons why you were self-sabotaging your own future. To make other people feel good. You wanted to make other people feel good before making yourself feel good. How long has this been going on? Maybe you prayed and you said, Dear God, this is what I really want. And you know, hope, victory, and success is going to be different for all of us. We all have our own interpretation of what that is. Maybe you prayed for it, that's why it first came out. That's really what you truly wanted. But you had all these other things in your way. Then you decided to balance the scale. You decided to put yourself first where you belong. You decided to stop making other people happy. To dim your light, to make you look like you're not that intelligent when you know you really are. Just to make other people feel better. You put yourself in a little box and said, hey, I'm in this little box you want me in now. Can I be part of the group? And they said, no, try harder. Try again. Try another choice. But you stood up to them and you said, no, no, no. I know who I am. I had a conversation with God. He showed me the synchronicities. He showed me who I truly am. I am balanced. I have a bigger destiny than this. This is your destiny, not mine. And now you have new beginnings. Prosperity begins. You've gone through the obstacles, you've gone through the challenges, and you know that from this time forward, that you have to stay balanced. And your goal, your happiest time is this. So you will not be in your head about this. You will look at it in a logical way, and your heart will guide you through. You see all these little gold little light thingies? It's like little spirit sprites, right? They're going to guide you through any obstacle. And because you spoke up for yourself, because you got the balance that you needed to see things clearly, that this is a real possibility. It's not impossible. People kept telling you what you're hoping for, what you want for victory and success is not possible. God's now elevating you to the authority. You showed God that you were balanced. You showed God that you are worthy of a prosperous new beginning. And He's elevating you because you are balanced to give divine authority as you take your way on your path. And you know your path may have some obstacles. You may have, when your aura starts shining, it shines for miles away, okay? You'll have, if you're a man, you'll have women coming all up around you, right? They'll be testing you. They'll be testing your faith. They'll be throwing themselves at you. Maybe it's always been that way. I don't know. It's your story. You know, but who are you drawing in? Are you drawing in a bunch of pygmies? Not anymore, honey. I'm going to look for my match. All those little pygmies, I can just jump right over them. I want someone who's equal in my energy, that I can have a lasting relationship with. Because I'm not going to throw this new beginning away. Not for any pygmies who just, you know, I look at them, I tell them what they want to hear, and I say, drop your pants, and they do. What is that? That's like, I don't know what that's like. That's like, pick me. I'll give you what you want, but what they have to give is never enough, because they're pygmies. Okay? See, they'll try to be deceptive, and, you know, the pygmies, they will be deceptive. They will be envious of who they knew all along you were this. But in order to fit in their group, you had to be in this. And when you fit yourself in that little box and said, hey, guys, I'm in that little box that you said I need to fit in your group. And they said, oh, try it again, buddy. You're there, but you're not there. You're not really in there, because we see who you really are, and we don't want you to be who God says He wants you to be. God says He knows you should be. So we're going to bring in more people to try to put you back here. And you need to make a choice. Are you going to allow the pygmies? Are you going to allow people to take your shine away? Are you going to allow people to stuff you in a little box where no matter what you do, it's not enough? But you're working towards that, right? You're working towards fitting into that little box and fitting into the group. Okay? They want to try to take your power away. Are you going to allow that? This is a trial. This is a tribulation. They're going to try to deceive you because they're envious. Are you going to allow it? Do you have the strength to stand alone? To know that what you want in your heart is what you want and you are deserving? Or are you going to let him put you back here? Go ahead. Climb into that little box. You're a little bit big for it, but if we keep breaking you down, if we keep knocking you down, you'll eventually fit. And it's going to be a while, so get ready for a lot of that. No, you're not. You've learned your lessons, and you said no to the no-no. God promised me this new beginning. I'm in search of my future success without all of you who try to hold me back. No, I'm okay with being a one-man band. You are not coming with me because of what you tried to do to me, because how you tried to cover it up with lies and deception, because you're envious of me, because you saw my shine before I did. But now I know who I am. So I say no to the no-no. Okay? And that's the universe. The universe is opening up to the Emperor. Number 4 is the Emperor. You have passed all of your tests. Now you are fated to have this beautiful beginning. You are fated to have your wishes coming true. Don't destroy it. Emperor, what can you do to hold on to your Emperor power? You always stand in your truth. You speak up for the voiceless. You defend the weak. You thank God for everything good in your life. The ones that God gives you are the ones you hold on to forever, because God is going to bring you the one that matches your spirit. And it matches your spirit because you were cut off the same cloth. It was written in the stars. The journey of your true self, how you came from being around this, people throwing this all around you to keep you here, trying to make you choose bad paths. You prayed to God. And you said, this is what I want. I want this in my life. Dear God, am I deserving? What must I do to have this in my life? I just want to be happy. I want to be successful. You're going to have to tell your story. Your story is valuable because there's so many hurting people in the world. And we need to change the world, even if it's one person at a time. So you see, now see this card. I don't know if you can see it. There's actually someone in there. You see, they have a shape of someone. It could be an angel. It could be an ancestor. It could be the woman of your dreams. The universe says you can manifest greatness in your life. A story needs to be told, an honest, true story. Whether people believe it or not, because the universe works in mysterious ways. Maybe some tarot card reader said, hey, you're not supposed to be around that group of people. They're not good for you. They're going to screw you over. And you said, she doesn't know. He doesn't know. He doesn't know them like I do. You know, they trick you into doing all these things because you possess something that they want. Maybe the people around you said, hey, when's your birthday? Where were you born? Oh, you were born Central Time. Oh, you were born at 8:30 a.m.? You know, then they read your birth chart. You're supposed to be someone great. They don't tell you, but they try to work all around it. You know, they try to figure out how they can change places with you. You know, like that movie Trading Places. You know, that's all energetic. You know, that stuff can happen, but God says, no, what is for you, what is for you is for you. You just have to see it for yourself. And when God gives it to you, you have to thank Him. You have to appreciate the good that comes in your life, the little hiccups, because now you're already an emperor, right? You got the universe standing right next to you. So now that you've already gone through the hardest part of your life, you will have little hiccups, but you have the universe backing you up. The universe is going to say, oh, that's easy peasy. Let's just go do this. Oh, okay, that makes sense. You know, and from here on out, you tell your story, you do some traveling, you do some things you like to do, you videotape it, you put it online, you do this, you do that. You might like to dance, you might like to play the guitar, you might like to sing, you know. You might like to dive into a deep water hole, right? In the middle of nowhere. I'm not sure where, but, you know, you're here to change the world. You're here to tell your story, how you were raised, how it made you feel, how you went through your adult cycle, and how you got to where you are today. Right? And you stand in your truth. And you say, maybe say, oh, I used to be a Christian. I was raised Christian. I was baptized Christian, but now I know that I'm a spiritual being and there's one God and there's one love. So it doesn't matter if I'm Christian or from India and do their culture or from Japan and do their culture. It's one God, one's love. And that's because of the Tower of Babel, right? You know, for me, I say, how can I believe, I believe Jesus was here and He did good work. I believe that everything that He did was written in the stars, and He knew when He got here that He had to do these things, and He followed His instinct, He followed His divine guidance, and He knew that when He gave His life for His Father, that He would forever be in heaven, right? He would be like God's first son with the first real sacrifice, right? But I say to people, I believe that Jesus was here doing good work. But what about my ancestors? If it says in the Bible, from the time that Jesus was born to the time He died and moved on forward to now, how many years had it been before the Spaniards who actually got to know who Jesus was, right? Because Jesus was really in like Israel and those kind of places. How long did it take for the words of Christ to travel to Spain? And then how many years did it take the Spaniards to travel to the Philippines to break into their culture and then teach them? So if it was 200 years, right, that's like, what, 5 generations a year, say, every 20 years? So if it's been 200 years, what happened to my generations for 200 years? Where did they go? Where did they go before the Spaniards had time to go over there and teach them about Christianity? And someone can answer me that, then I'm all for just strictly Christianity, okay? But I already know there's one God and one love. And there is the thing in the Bible about the town of Babel, okay? So those two being true, that the book of the Bible regards how Jesus walked in this earth and prior to, you know, when God created and so forth and so on. And then all the way down to Revelations, right? So that's why I hold on to spirituality, because I feel like for me that God is presence in the whole universe. One God, one love. So, do you want to pull some more cards? We're about an hour 30. Okay, we'll pull 3 more just to see, okay? Because that looks like a great ending. All right. So next we have the awareness. So not only is God gifting him with, let's see if I can stand this up. Okay, not only is God gifting him with this hope, victory, and success, God's gave him the balance that he prayed for, right? God, help me balance this out. Help me to be the best that I can be so I can have this prosperous new beginning. So now you have awareness on top of that, right? You have awareness. The universe sees to you being the best you, having the best chance of having success in your life. So we have another base chakra, so someone needs to go through the Google and go through all the chakras to make sure you're all in alignment. And then the last card is the Destiny card. So God is gifting someone a brand new start. He knows that he has to leave behind the pygmies, the ones that gave him the insecurities, the ones that talked behind his back, the ones that lied to him, the ones that cheated him of what he wanted in his future. They already knew that he was destined to have all of this. But they never told him. They never said, oh, by the way, you know, since you gave me your birth date and you told me you were born in Illinois and you told me what time, you know, I got, you know, Aunt Maria over here who's she's like a witch doctor. So she got into your Akashic records and she saw that you were meant for something big. They never told you. They just talked amongst all the others. Oh, let's see if we can get him to do this, this, and this, so that way we can, if we do that to him, then we could probably take his inheritance that God already has for him. And you know, God's saying no to the no. No. Who do you think you are? Going over my person. So, just for shits and giggles, I'm going to take 3 more. Passion ignited. Emotional loss. We had that earlier, remember? In the third eye chakra. So, you have a choice between igniting passion or holding on to emotional loss. Which one sounds better to you? Definitely passion ignited, right? And your third eye chakra is telling you that is correct. Okay, so that's the end of our reading. It's going to be something amazing for someone. Are you part of the 144? So if you're part of the 144 and I don't know, I would say like half would, if you're going to be having your divine partner, is that 144,000 partners, or is that 72 partners, 72,000 partners? Whatever it is, you got something good coming. How do you see that it comes in? Well, you follow your guidance, your gut feeling, you refrain from negativity, you stay in a positive mindset. You stand, the first thing too is standing up for yourself, right? Because once you empower yourself, everything else kind of goes right in line. When you empower yourself and you say, hey, who I was yesterday is not who I am today. From this day forward, I will not tolerate this, or this. And if you can't understand that, if you can't respect it, if you can't live within these guidelines that are actually very good protection. They're very good boundaries to have. And obviously you're somewhere else. You're somewhere else, like away from me, because I'm not going to have that in my life anymore. So so empower yourself, stay in your high vibe, reject negativity. Even if you just started spirituality, I denounce and divorce any negativity in or around my body. As a child of God, I have the authority. You see, I have the authority to say, go away, shoo fly, don't come back. You always have to ask God to refill you with those empty spots with pure, divine, God's love, right? And you'll cleanse yourself as you go along. Okay, so the time is 10:36 a.m. Probably won't get this reading till about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm guessing. But let's see. Angel number. Oh, shoot. So the thing is don't play a small bit in your own life. You are your main character. Doesn't mean you have to be arrogant. Doesn't mean you have to be, you know, any of those weird kind of negative things. It just means, you know, you should be proud of who you are, where you've come from, how you got there. And, you know, you should be like applauded. Oh, remember John 2 years ago? You could get him to do anything. He slept with any woman. Didn't matter what she looked like, as long as he was getting what he wanted. He could just love her and leave her. Didn't care whether he hurt her or she had like some sort of investment in him that he didn't have in her. He just loves him and leaves him, right? You know, it could be that. It could be like, oh, you know, maybe you're a girl, right? Oh, well, you know, I have like 5 different guys that give to me. I give them a little, if you know what I mean. And she like licks her lips or something, which is really kind of gross, right? Anyways, I give them all a little of me. And then I call that one up and he cash apps me $200. And then the next one, he cash apps me a free dinner at Chris Ruth's, you know. And then the next one gets me a shopping spree over at Alamoana Mall. You know, whatever it is, that's kind of, you're using people to try to make yourself look good. And when you're using people to try to make yourself look good, you're basically getting used yourself, okay? Because you don't have any respect for yourself. You don't have any scruples about who you are, right? Who just goes give their body away, man or woman? I mean, you know, there's really a lot to learn for those who think it's way cool to do that. And it's not even a matter, you know, I've heard people say, oh, you're just jealous. It's like, jealous? Jealous of what? I would never want to just go out to a bar and bring home every Tom, Dick, and Harry on Friday and Saturday night, and then go out and the next weekend and do it at the same bar with a new Friday night guy and a new Saturday night guy. They already got your number, honey. You know, it's all a talk through town. Oh, if you go to this bar over there on Long Neck Road, look for this person. Her name is Judy. And all you got to do is buy her, you know, a pitcher of beer and you can get a piece of ass if you want. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, and that's just not me. So that's not anything that I would be involved in. That's not anything that would interest me. That's not anything that I see as rewarding or good in my life. Okay, so let's see what Joanne has to say about 1036. Okay. 1036 is a combination of the attributes and energies of the number 1 and number 0 and the vibration and influence of number 3 and number 6. Number 1 resonates with independence and uniqueness, striving forward, and new beginnings, motivation, assertiveness, and action, positivity, and achieving success. Number 1 brings a reminder that we create our own reality and encourages us to step out of our comfort zone and step towards new directions and opportunities. Number 0 relates to developing one's spiritual aspects and is considered to represent the beginning of a spiritual journey and highlights the uncertainties that may entail. It suggests that you listen to your intuition and higher self, as this is where you find your answers. Number 0 amplifies and magnifies the energies of the numbers it appears with, making them more powerful and influential. Number 3 is encouragement, communication, and self-expression, growth, expansion, and the principles of increase, manifesting, broad-minded thinking, talents and skills, and the energies of the ascended masters. Number 6 relates to love of home and family and domestic, providing for the self and others, service to others and selflessness, being grateful, responsibility and reliability, dignity and simplicity, mediation and the ability to compromise, finding solutions and overcoming obstacles. Angel number 1036 indicates that your prayers and positive affirmations about your material wants and needs, for example, money, home, food, etc., have been manifesting the energies of prosperity and abundance into your life. Have faith and trust that your needs will be met and you and your loved ones will have all you require in your lives. Keep your focus on practical things and release any fears of lack or loss to your angels and the ascended masters for transmutation and healing. Your angels support and encourage you to keep your thoughts, prayers, and expectations optimistic and positive, as this will assist with manifesting your desires. Angel number 1036 is the message to shift your focus from the financial material aspects of your world to your inner spirituality and to what you really want to do with your life. It asks you to be true to yourself and not fear stepping out of your comfort zone to make full use of your natural skills and talents in positive and uplifting ways. Listen to your intuitive messages and take on new ventures and/or projects with enthusiasm and optimism. Angel number 1036 is the message to trust that your home and family will be catered for and material needs will be met. Give your relationships the time and energy they deserve and bring love to all of your interactions. Enjoy the support of others and give yours in return. Focus on love, joy, and peace rather than anger and fear, and keep your spiritual light bright and strong. What a great story, right? Bright and strong. Not dimming yourself, not trying to fit in. It's being who you are, who you're meant to be. What makes you feel full inside? Not F-O-O-L. F-U-L-L. Okay? Being who you are and having people accept you as you are. You could be like wanting to dress like, I don't know, Ronald McDonald. If that's what makes you happy, go for it. You know? If making people laugh, making people laugh or making people smile, and that's how you think that you should do it, then you should just do it. People who judge you are the ones that are looking at themselves, and they're looking at themselves like, oh my God, you see him in the Ronald McDonald suit? Like, even though you're wearing a mask, that really takes a lot of courage to stand on the corner to make people laugh as they're going by, right? Making people happy. Well, you know, like, just, you could be really weird like that if you want. It's only in a bad way when people make it be a bad way, okay? So turn all your frowns upside down, okay? Be who you want to be. Stand up tall. You know, you might only be 5'3". You might be 6'4". It doesn't matter. Whatever size you are, you stand up straight. You know, you hold your chin up. You know what? When you hold your chin up, you know what that says? That says to the rest of the world, I don't think necessarily I'm better than you, but I know that I'm better than what I was yesterday. And I refuse to walk with my chin down, because that was me before. And I have empowered my life. I have the ability to change my life. You all, who are watching me, you have the ability too. But if you don't want to change your life, if you don't want to better your life, then be here. Stay where you are. I'm going that way. Watch me as I scale up, right? Watch me as I elevate. It was fun having you in my life, but now I'm serious. I'm serious about my life. I've spent all these years being serious about everyone else's life. Now I want to take that energy. I want to bring it back to me. I want to ask God to cleanse it and purify it. And I'm going to be on my journey, getting to what the universe wants me to get, doing what the universe wants me to do, so that I can have this authority in my own life. I have a destiny that's worth talking about. I have the awareness to know who's for me and who's not for me. I am balanced. I know that I have to put love into myself. And when the right one comes, we will share a cup of love together. I will pour into hers and she'll pour into mine. And it'll make love look so easy that, yes, there's going to be people who feel lost when I'm not around anymore. Okay? There's going to be people who will try to reach out and put me back here. There's going to be people who try to put obstacles in my way. There will be people who try to deceive me and pull me off of my path. So what I heard just now is, this guy is a really nice looking guy, right? This authority guy. He's seen the universe, he's seen his awareness, he's seen his balance. So a last ditch effort is going to be whoever's been holding him back. They're going to pull out their, say, big guns, right? They're going to call their most beautiful girlfriends with the best shapes that they think suits the emperor. And they're going to say, oh, hey Dave, I got someone I want you to meet. This is going to be your perfect match. So that you don't have to leave us. You can stay here with us. Will you just go out on a date with her? Try it out. You tried all the other ones. Okay. So Dave's going to have to decide. Is it this that I want? This is what I asked God for. That's what I asked God for. The universe showed up saying, there's going to be one more last time when temptation is going to be right in your face. Are you going to risk it? Then I heard that this person might have an STD, so if he goes for it, like oh yeah, for old time's sakes, let's go hit it. And he ends up with the what is it, a STD? A SD? Yeah. He ends up with the STD. Therefore, he's going to sacrifice his destiny. Because the one he really wants is going to say, no to the no. I can't be with someone who has an incurable disease. There's no way that we could talk about having a family. There's no way we could talk about having children, Can you imagine if we decided to have a child and that was a birth defect on his or her face? It's over. It's no longer your destiny because you didn't use this in your life. You didn't use your authority. Okay? The universe had your back. You had one more test to pass. Are you really going to get yourself caught up for one last fling before you start flying right? Is it really worth the possibility of how evil these people can be, that they would bring you someone who has these incurable diseases and tell them to throw themselves at you so they can share that disease with you? That's sick. That's a sick mind. So it can go either way, so it's your choice. Whoever you are, whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, you can stay on track or you can be pulled off to the side, and you have the risk of losing it all, because God is God and He wants you to be where He wants you, and you only have so many chances, right? I mean, God's forgiving, but it doesn't mean that He's always going to give you what He promised you if you can't even follow your path that He's put in front of you. Okay, so choose right. Choose you. Choose what's best for you. Choose your future. You got A and you got B. You got upper or you got lower. It's your life. I wish you the best, whoever you are out there. God bless you all. Please share, like, subscribe. And I send you love, light, peace, healing, definitely healing of mind, body, and soul, okay? And we'll see you on the next time. God bless. Aloha.